On a day just like this, a young boy was sitting on a train, absorbed in his thoughts. Suddenly, he started hearing screams, cries of despair. It kept getting louder, and he tried to pinpoint the direction from where the voices were coming from, but his vision started getting blurry. And when it finally cleared up, he saw a creepy man, with a long nose, staring right at him. The man said,
"Hey, it's me. Everybody's favorite. #1 rated salesman, 1997. Spampton G. Spampton."
Toby Fox is a developer who knows how to hype up his own games. I mean, in a time when major publishers charge a gold price for the video game equivalent of bread, he just gave us a cake for free. He knows exactly what he is doing, so this announcement in itself wasn't really a surprise. The more interesting thing is what lies within. According to Toby, the team so far has mostly been working on the 3rd and 4th chapters, but they still need to finish the music and artwork for Chapter 5, as well as the coding. They also finished some bigger aspects, probably similar things to the Giga Queen fight, so the work will now speed up significantly. But enough of that, it is time to observe all the new information we've got for this anniversary. Thankfully this time there isn't anything heavy, like Noelle's Dark World appearance and the Lost Girl theme, so I don't need to make a bonus episode for the already bloated first season of my series. We have 3 new songs now, so let's go through each one. First off, we have a new Light World theme, that has similar segments to Snowden Town, as well as the Field of Hopes and Dreams. This one will probably kick in after cleaning up the next Dark World, with Chris and Susie bonding over how weird the Dreamer family is, as well as playing a little at the shore. Personally I am a Chris x Susie shipper. Their relationship feels more genuine, not just because of the mutual affection, but also the time they spent fighting back to back like true warriors. Or maybe I'm biased against Noelle, because I've been in her shoes in high school. Basically the girls I had a crush on all stood out in their cool ways, but even though they liked me, it always turned out that our lifestyles were way too different for it to work. I just don't want her to suffer like I did. The last picture seems to be from Chapter 4, as rain clouds moved into the area. If it follows the backwards Undertale pattern, then this chapter will be one of the darkest. Yes, Waterfall had a few light-hearted moments with the Blook family snail farm and the Temmie village, but aside from that, it laid heavily into the lore and atmosphere. The next one seems to be a funky remix of the friendship song from the end of Chapter 1. As Castletown is expanding, more and more things will become available for both you and the inhabitants. Although I wonder who is sewing these new outfits. Probably the Swatchlings. Queen's new room will have multiple segments. Gotta be honest, I didn't expect her to have a whole part just for playing her mixtape while sipping battery acid through a straw. Meanwhile, Rules Card tries to stay as close as possible. At this point, he is giving me Game of Thrones vibes. A pirate who is also a shady backstabber, and wants to get on the Queen's good side?
I'm gonna fuck the Queen.
Last but not least, we have a new version of Hip Shop. This song is not only the shortest of the 3, but we only have 1 picture left. This picture is definitely from Chapter 3, given the TV-themed setting, and the familiar plants from Toriel's house. What's more interesting is that it has multiple elements connecting it back to the cyber world. The mouse, the vending machine, and more. We can safely assume that this room belongs to Mike, and given the dozens and dozens of stars littering the place, it's also hinting at the size of his ego. In Undertale, the MTT brand was the dominant one, and if it got replaced by Icy's products in this game, that would pretty much fall in line with my previous assumptions. Toby's strategy of giving development updates instead of fixed release dates is commonly used for early access games, and it definitely has a lot of advantages. Back in 2015 when Undertale had a release date, it ultimately had to be delayed by months. That is the problem with premature release dates, I suppose. Either you're giving yourself a soft deadline which forces several delays, leaving the fans with disappointment, or a hard deadline which results in an unfinished mess. Some YouTubers face a similar problem nowadays. Personally, I don't have the time nor the means to put out videos frequently, but I'm trying to improve and work at a more consistent pace in the future. I can't thank you all enough for supporting this channel. As always,